Answer what the
I was hoping to get this checked out.
What?
I was hoping to get my scene checked out. Do you want me to bring it over there?
Sure.
I'm gonna get this checked out and receive the feedback necessary. Man, this is hot. So I have this on auto tune. I'm gonna get some feedback. Let me just bring this back to the.
Well, his eyes.
Oh, I made him cross-eyed. I made him look angry. So I'll get some feedback, fix any minor mistakes and issues before submission, which I may be doing tomorrow morning.
You have a mouse?
Right there. Oh, sorry.
Alright. He should be going as he's going down, right, from the contact pose. He is going down to down pose.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But as he's going down, he's also supposed to go already on the side, because suddenly you have this. You see? He's just going down. He shouldn't go just down. He should go down and on the side towards this. You understand what I'm saying, no?
So he's supposed to be kind of turning, getting ready for the transition?
What transition?
So he's going down, so I have half of it. The other half that I'm supposed to be working on is
alright, so here we have a here we have a contact, right? What we know for contact is that's a balanced pose, right?
Yeah.
So here we have body, head, one leg is front, the other one is back. Right?
Yes.
So the balance of the body is straight in between his legs, and there is no translation X movement, right?
Yeah.
He's perfectly balanced. Now, in order for him to lift this leg, right?
This needs to be adjusted.
This will have to be adjusted, of course. It would have to go, on side. So basically, his down pose will be here. Now, the passing one is the most, in translation X, right? The most weight shift. Here's weight shift here is 0, right? Trans X is 0. Here, trans X will be I don't know how much would be, right? But it will be. So this will be from here. We have to move on the side, right? So that, and I guess you do have that. So instead of being here, we move the hips
Slightly to the
on the side. So now this leg becomes supporting leg, right?
Oh,
In this case, both legs are supporting because the body is right in the middle, right? So
okay.
both legs are holding the weight of this.
Yeah.
Now, because this leg for passing pose has to go up in the air, the whole body is being held only by this leg.
Oh, okay, so it's gonna shift.
So it has to shift, yes. So it shifts this way, and I think you have that.
Okay, so it's just a slight adjustment.
And it has to be, you know, under the angle where the hips go down, they drop because the leg is going up. And then because it moves, right, we have to, with the spine, we have to get this body back to the area where the head kind of used to be. Otherwise, if you just shift it, then the head will be here. It will be lots of bobbing from left to right. Now, this is a contact. Contact. This is passing. Translation X here is, let's say, just for the sake of argument, 6. Right? So here is a 0. Here is a 6. Now, from here to there, what we need is a down pose. What's happening in down pose is that, of course, character is going down. That's the lowest point. But the character is not going just down as you have. It's already moving towards this.
Oh, okay, so that's the transition.
Otherwise, you have a movement from here down and then suddenly boom towards this.
Oh, okay.
So this one is the lowest, but also is, let's say, halfway, although you can favor this one.
Okay.
Right? Because this one is extreme, and the next extreme is gonna be when this leg hits here, then this one's gonna be supporting one, and the hips will move on the opposite side, and this leg will go up in the air, and everything will rotate completely opposite. So these are two extremes. Between these two extremes, right in the center is always contact, because translation X is 0. So if this one is X, translation X 6, the other one is translation X minus 6, right? That's the oscillation from from one side to other, from hips to hips. So down pose, it's going down and it's going to the one side of the passing, and then with the other leg is going to the other side of the other passing. Like I said, you can favor it. What that means, favoring is, if I have this, you know what's favoring? I have line here, line there, and I said, instead of putting it right in the middle, what would be here, can you favor 5? So if I put it closer to 5, that means I'm favoring 5. Same means here, right? You can favor one or the other passing one. So the down pose, it's not just down, but also the hips will already start to move towards this. So they will be moved a little bit. So we have movement down and we have movement back.
Okay. That makes a lot of sense. Is it okay if I can have that paper for reference? Is it okay if I can hold on to that paper?
This paper? You want this paper?
That's all.
Sure, yeah, of course.
Because now will it help me now, but it'll also help me in the future. So,
Yeah, because right now you see he's just going down,
yeah.
and
Good
then
thing you picked up on that. 'Cause
and then pow, he moves
uh,
on side.
this is why I brought it up to get some feedback. And okay, and I think it may also kind of repeat downward. I might have to actually go down the chain and fix that.
And from here to this one, right? From passing to up, again, I don't think he's shifting weight. Although he should go already towards the contact. Contact is 0. So if you have a contact with a 0, and this one is -3, 6.
I need to fix those transitions.
So this one will be minus half of that, minus, let's say -2 or something like that, because it's going towards 0.
Okay, so 10 is -2. Or
Around.
somewhere around, yeah, the ballpark. Okay. So I have to fix some of those.
Yeah, and then again here, you know, the same thing like with the first step. He's going down to down position, but
There's no
he's not transition
reverse.
X. Yes.
Okay.
And then what's happened here? He goes to that side, and then why he moves to that side over there?
I gotta fix that one. I gotta find a way to fix that.
I mean, this is passing, this is extreme, but now he's supposed to go towards the neutral that's on 1. You see,
Yeah.
translation axis is 0. So if this one is 4.5, how come your this passing down passing, this passing, right, is 3.59, and then this passing is 4.53. How come they're not moving the same with the hips?
I have to fix that.
Why he's rotating this way? Why is his, if you want to do rotation, why is this is like a world, or what is that?
Oh, you know what? His abdomen? Like, are you talking about like why this is curved?
No. Can you rotate around him?
Oh, let me just kind of move out of from here at this window.
Oh,
into
so that's why, because we are not in the perspective.
yeah.
That's Actually, I don't know why he even allowed me over there. But dun 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 dun. Dun. Yeah, man, you have quite a bit to fix. You were not supposed to have rotation X, right? Right? Rotation X. Shouldn't be rotation X.
No
X.
rotations. Yeah, and the cog over the back controls.
But you have it, right?
Hmm.
Rotation X shouldn't be used.
On anything?
Should be 0.
For all of them?
Yeah. For the cog and for the spine.
So 0 for rotation X.
How is he supposed to walk on the treadmill? Like on the place?
Oh, you mean the circular platform?
Yeah.
Well, I was looking at the reference images that were given to us, and when I made the up pose, I started to notice that he was kind of leaning a little bit forward and going over, but that he was still in place, so I kept it as such.
It what we're doing,
Cycle.
cycle.
Yeah.
It's a treadmill.
Yeah, doing treadmill one.
Do you know how you make treadmill?
Yeah.
You do?
Well, are you talking about the mechanical side of
Right.
treadmill?
Like have you seen treadmill?
Yeah.
Have you ever stepped on the treadmill?
I've used treadmills before.
You did.
Yeah.
Well, you know what's different between treadmill when it's actually working and when you turn off?
Yeah.
What is different?
Well, when it's working, it's in motion. It's
It's going like this, right?
Yeah.
So if you step on it, there is no chance that you're gonna have a foot for a while on the same place because you're gonna slip. It's rotating.
Yeah.
So how come you have this foot here on the ground and then it's still there and it's still there and it's still there and it's still there and it's what kind of treadmill is that? What you're doing is it's a walk in space. That's how you would walk if you have to walk from here to wherever. If you have a character who is sitting on the bench, or maybe he's walking from one side of the room to another, that's how you would do it. Yes. He would put his foot down on the ground, and then that foot would be solid while his other foot is passing. But we are doing cycle, so he's supposed to walk on the same place.
Okay.
So what's happening is that you have a character and now this is a contact. The contact is front foot is with the heel forward, the other one is back. What's happening
All right,
next?
guys, we got 5 minutes till break time.
It's going
So
down,
we start
right?
saving up and
So
head for break.
down
I'll be
pose
back
is
in an
going
hour.
down. Let's say that much. And now, but because it's a treadmill, right? This foot will not stay here, but it will down. So from here comes there, and then it will go up for the passing one. So this one will become passing. So this one, this one, this one. So as you can see, it's moving that way, and then it will become here like this, with the heel starting to go up because it is part of the up pose, the highest one, and then becomes from here becomes another contact, but now is instead of being front, now is back. So you see how this one leg, that let's say used to be left, I mean it still is left, but it used to be front, and then boom 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 become back, and then it will go through the air and it will hit again, and it will go, and so basically that's what's happening, because if that's a treadmill, right, this floor is moving this way and taking this foot, once when it hits the ground, it's moving this way.
Okay.
Everything has to happen on the same place, because although character is walking, but it's not walking away. This is a shot, and we can see it, being here forever if you want.
Yeah.
He can walk forever pretty much, right? So you have to move these legs back. So if you have it here on the contact,
So this is what 3 looks like.
on down pose, this has to move back. On the passing one, you will have to move whole figure, because this figure, because if I'm just looking pose by itself, it looks fine. But look how much is forward.
Yeah.
This foot's supposed to be here. So the whole figure should be moved that much back.
Okay.
Because look, used to be here.
Yeah.
How the heck he got from here to there? You see that he's going forward.
Yeah.
He shouldn't go forward. It's a cycle. He's walking in the same place. You know, like you're holding bars on the treadmill and you're walking, but you're not going anywhere.
Okay.
All right. Any other question?
No, I'll fix the, I'll get rid of the, RX, rotations, and I'll fix the leg so he's not going out of bounds.
What exactly is a reason for having keys on 2 and 3?
Oh, that was working on the feet because that's what he did during the lecture. So I was just adjusting the feet so that way I could look a bit smoother when it's, complete, so to speak.
It's a foot roll, but
pretty much.
right, pretty much. But it is foot roll. But I don't see much of the foot roll on number 2. It's getting off. Foot roll could actually place this heel even higher, but toes could be still on the ground.
Oh, okay.
And then peels off, I would say. But
so I could adjust frame 2.
yeah.
Alright. So I got
Yes.
a few things to fix.
Mm-hmm. Frame 2 and 3, did you key all or just feet?
I believe I keyed all, but I was working on the feet, so.
Well, I don't know. Maybe it would help you if you actually if you delete these 2 keys.
And just keep it as such, just like how it was before. Except, of course, with the adjustments to the hips. And,
Right, because yeah, that's gonna help you to get from this contact to down.
Okay.
Because it's not just he's supposed to go down, he's supposed to go on the side. So otherwise you will have to adjust manually for each of these frames.
So it'd be best to.
But if you don't have these keys, then Maya's gonna give you in-betweens for moving towards the left on number 2 and number 3.
Okay then.
All right, so let's go for a break, man. If you want, you can take this sketch if that's gonna help. All right?
Cool.